Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be changing the injector on the Volkswagen Caddy, get that back, get that working so we can concentrate back on Stevo. But before I start working on the van, I just wanted to talk to you about something. I'm now selling Stevo merch. So here we have a Stevo t-shirt with a funky Stevo graphic that I've designed and put it on a t-shirt. So they're selling for £9.99 in the link below in the description, and I'll make about 70 pence off every t-shirt. So if you'd like to get one, feel free to check out the link, and if not, well, no worries. But all those 70 pences, or any of those 70 pences, if anyone even wants one, they'll go directly to Stevo. So anyway, let's make a start on the van. Okay, so here we are at the front of the Volkswagen Caddy. And if you remember from the last video, it was actually injector number 1 that was playing up. Now, since that video, I've done a little bit of investigation, let's say, and I found that that is a non-genuine injector. That's been replaced at some point. That is a genuine injector. I don't know if it's brand new or refurbed, but that's been replaced as well. And this one and that one are original. So it does show really that these injectors obviously fail. It's at 114,000 miles and at least 2 of the injectors have been replaced. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, that's right. Some further investigation. I showed that actually popped off one day when I was driving and it stunk. All the diesel squirted over onto the exhaust and I thought the van was on fire. That's another thing I forgot to mention. This van has been an absolute nightmare. But anyway, I fixed that. That's just a temporary fix with a connector there. If I'm gonna replace that connector for a genuine Volkswagen connector, it's actually 30 quid. I have to get the whole little pipe kit thing here. So I'll probably get that while I'm here. But for today, it'll be in this video we finish the job. But for today, I'm going to just start taking off this injector. So to take the injector off, it's reasonably simple. I have to undo this, which is the fuel feed line. I have to pull this clip out and then take out this line here, which is the fuel return. Undo this connector, and I think, well, yeah, I have to remove this retaining bracket then, and then I'll be able to, hopefully, pull out the injector. Now I hear that they can sometimes stick. I've done a job like this on a Peugeot for a friend. I actually made a video on it, but my computer crashed and I lost the footage. But that was ages ago. So I know that these can sometimes stick in the engine because these injectors are surprisingly long. And if you've got leaking injector seals, well, they'll pretty much be cemented in. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. So if you're ever wondering which injector is which, they start number 1 on the, standing at the front of the van, on the left side, number 1 and 2, 3, 4, working over. Okay, so now you're going to need a bit called the spline bit. I've got to remove the second connector to get access to this. And it's a Volkswagen specific part really, or VAG group. Don't really know why they use them everywhere, but they do. So quite a big bolt. That's actually a stretch bolt. So you have to replace that. You could reuse it, I suppose, but best not to in case it snaps. So I've ordered a seal and bolt kit. I've taken off the fuel feed for these 2 injectors, and there they are there. This bracket comes off, so we have to take out both these injectors at the same time. Now I know how much of a pain these clips are to get out. I don't think I'll have to take them out. I think I can get away with leaving them in, and I can just dangle this injector over here, and then I'll have better access then once it's out to pull out the clip. Now I've been wiggling it back and forth with a mole grip. I don't mind manhandling this one because it's going in the bin, and a little wiggle back and forth, and it's finally popped out, as you can see. and thankfully the copper seals come out with it. That makes life a lot easier. So there we are. Don't lose that clip. So the clip's out. Now it's just a case of popping out the little fuel return line, and there we have the old injector that's packed in with the seal attached. Okay, so here we are about 8-9 days later, and I've finally got my hands on an injector. It's a genuine Siemens VDO one. Comes with a new seal and a new copper seal. I've got a seal kit and also some new genuine Volkswagen stretch bolts. So it turns out I don't need them, but I do need the bolts, so I'll use a new bolt on it. Yeah, absolute rip-off. I've bought one off eBay, cost me 160 quid, and then I've had this one now from a Motor Factors. It was 670 before a discount code, and the discount code brought it down to about 400 odd quid. So absolute rip-off in my opinion. The reason I go to the Motor Factors and pay 400 odd quid for one is because the one off eBay hasn't arrived, so I thought it was too good to be true, and it obviously is. Been waiting around for that for ages, so I'll be cancelling that order, and yeah, let's just fit this. It seems to be genuine. It's hard to tell. The top does look different, but it's really hard to say really. It's got a stamp on the side, Continental there. I noticed all the others have too. So yeah, let's fit in. Hopefully the van works. Okay, so here's my genuine Volkswagen stretch bolts. So the torque setting is 7 Newton meters plus 180 degrees. Right, so the first thing to do, put the ignition on, and we're gonna clear the codes. Maybe I cleared them last time. No, I didn't. Right, okay. Erase the codes. Okay, now ignition off. Now it is going to take a little bit of cranking to get some fuel over. Hey! Happy days. Let's go and check the engine bay for leaks. Sorted. She's back on the road. So there we go. Running. Nice. So I can get back to work, and I can take all this junk to the tip, because the tips have just opened after lockdown, so that'll be good. Get it looking a bit tidy around here. So if you want to be 100%, a good idea is to actually now go and get your new injector coded to the ECU. Now, you don't have to do that, but what it does is every injector is slightly different. So each injector is not 100% the same. Even if they're made the same, one might only flow 98%, one might flow 102%, something like that. So in the factory, they actually test all those injectors, and there's a code on that injector. So you can put that into the ECU, and the ECU will compensate so that the car runs, or the van runs, as efficient as possible, so there's no rich cylinders. I'll probably get that done. It's about 20 quid at a specialist, or you can buy the kit to do it yourself. I think it's about £60 for an app. But I don't know what I'll do, but I might make a video on that in the future. But apart from that, at least I can get to work now, and the van is running. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If not, at least hopefully you've learned something, or it was helpful to you. Now, if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe. I've got a lot more Caddy videos, and also, if you're new to the channel, I have a Evo 10 here. So I'm currently in the middle of filming a video on that. That's where the back end's in here, putting some upgrades on that. So yeah, stick around, subscribe, and be sure to watch the Evo vids. Cheers, guys.